Hi everyone, this is Amit, registered migration agent. In this video, we will be discussing about the Tasmania migration options. As you can see, there are a lot of options for both 491 and 190. So we will try to discuss the basic details. We won't go too much deep. So the first option is employment. That is common for both 491 and 190. For 491, there are three different criteria for the employment itself. The first one is you working in a skill level 1 to 3 job. It could be from the last 6 months within and 20 hours per week. However, if you're working in the sole list and the skill assessment, then it could be 3 months. However, if you're working in skill level 4 to 5, then you must be doing from the last 12 months, 20 hours per week. If you go the same option for 190, there are few options as well. If you're working in the sole list, then you could be doing from the last 6 months, 20 hours per week. However, for the rest of all the occupations, it could be from the last 15 months, 20 hours per week. And both the scenario, you must have a skill assessment closely related to your field. The second stream is graduate stream. Certificate 3 is the minimum requirement for both 491 and 190. What makes the difference is here. For 491, the study must be at least 40 weeks, and for 190, it must be 92 weeks, which means 2 years. The third option is the resident. For 491, you must be living from the last 2 years and you have not spent more than 50% of your Australian resident in other state, which means if you're in Australia, just example from the last 5 years, you have not spent more than 2.5 years in other state rather than Tasmania, then you won't be eligible. So this is very important to understand. So now 2 years plus more than 50% residency in Tasmania itself, have a skill assessment and the skill level 1 to 3 occupation, you could be working for the last 6 months. However, if you're working, have a skill occupation in 4 to 5 group, then you could be doing from the last 12 months. Again, the part-time is fine. For 190, it goes up. 3 years living plus again the same. Majority of the residents should be in the Tasmania rather than any other state in Australia. Plus have the skill assessment. If you have the skill assessment and the occupation is in skill level 1 to 3, then it could be from the last 12 months. For skill level occupation 4 to 5, you could be working from the last 18 months. Or you could have a business you have operated from the last 2 years and the total earning income of 70k minimum. Now, there is a last option, that's a business pathway, that's only applicable for the subclass 491, which means you must be operating a business from the last 12 months and that gives you personal income of $59,500. There is no subcontracted business are not acceptable, not partnerships are not acceptable unless it's with your spouse. However, there's something common in all of the streams, you can say, the priority attributes. The first one is gold, green, orange. I'll just give you a rough idea. Gold means, just an example, if you're working in their priority sector from the last 3 months, you will be considered as a gold. For rest of the two attributes, there are different criteria. So if you have a gold, you will be considered as a first priority. If you have a green, then you will be considered as a second priority. And if you have orange, then you would consider third priority. This is not a must, but if you have one of these, it would be beneficial for you. So there are some caveats applies to the businesses as well. You have to be very careful. For example, if you're an accountant, the accounting business must be there from the last 3 months. Sorry, from the last 3 years. So you have to be very careful if you're working in a business, if that business meets the requirement of the Tasmania migration. If don't, then you won't be unfortunately eligible for that. If you still have any issue, any question, you can contact us, book an online appointment or comment below down this video. Thank you.